How are you doing? If you're new to the channel, welcome back to Finding Hope in the Valley. How's everyone doing this week? I think I'm slowly getting recovered from the 4th of July. We had the 4th of July, then my brother came to visit, and we had a rainstorm that was in the middle of the night. So children are afraid of rain, and so didn't get much sleep. And then one of my back slider doors, we can't figure it out. We're trying to get a repairman out. But one of my back slider doors in my kitchen wants to leak when it rains. So I have to sit there with towels. So I was up very late the other night, almost 2 a.m. till the storm passed. I think I'm finally getting recovered and getting some sleep. Had a couple rough nights with my health and just some too much on my mind where I can't get to sleep. So, yeah. Thought I'd hop on, see how everyone is doing. I am pushing myself. Hopefully I won't pay for it too much. I am slowly going through my basement. My basement is unfinished, and so I'm slowly going through my basement, and I am checking. You okay? Okay. I am checking. Like, we have some just odds and ends of stuff that's like floating around the unfinished basement, and so I'm going through and finding a home for it, or boxing it up, or putting it to get rid of because I'm not really using it. So doing that and trying to just become a minimalist, kind of. But also, I have told you in previous videos that I would appreciate prayers for a housing situation for our family, and so I want to make that, if God answers that prayer, I want to make it as easy a transition as possible. So I'm trying to get things that we're not using boxed up and boxed away, and then other things that we may need, like an extra blanket. Say my kid gets sick and throws up on their blanket, we'll need trade it out, for another blanket. I want to get those in Rubbermaid containers. Right now they're in garbage bags, and so I want to get those in some Rubbermaid containers and get those washed and easily accessible, and just get organized. I don't have a lot that's floating around in the basement. I have a lot of packed boxes because this house is small and we weren't able to unpack everything, and I also have a lot of boxes stacked up in case we move. I haven't been throwing away my Walmart package boxes or Amazon boxes because in case we need them. And so just trying to get the basement more put together and decide, do I really need this? Do I not? Lay on down. Get under your covers. Get some sleep. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to get everything a little more manageable. I went through, so we have a little, in our garage, we have a little, 3-drawer plastic dresser, I guess. It's like a 3-drawer plastic slider dresser, I guess. I don't know what you would call it, but organizer. I guess an organizer. And I took everything out of there, got rid of all the old birthday banners that were, my kids have outgrown or they're just not into anymore. I got rid of ripped up tissue paper, threw away bows that were smushed and smashed, and I don't use bows anyway. They're not sticky anymore and they're mashed, so I just threw away all my bows. And then I threw away gift bags that were a little tattered or just seen their better days. So I did that. Just a lot of things you can do kind of sitting down, but you feel like you're getting stuff accomplished. So that was kind of nice. Makes me feel a little bit better about myself, and that I'm actually getting something done and, contributing to the household in some way. So I was doing that, and just trying to get more organized and get rid of. Like, the more I can get rid of, the better. I can't maintain it anyway. And if we're not using it, what's the point, Keep what you're using, keep what you love. Just get rid of the rest. It's just not worth it. It's just really not worth it. I got rid of some old, I had a box, and I'm extremely sensitive to medicines and everything that I try for my health, and I have been for years, and I had some stuff that I used years ago that I responded very well to, and so I kind of wanted to keep it as just, I don't respond well to it now, but I did a long while back, and so I wanted to keep it as, kind of like when I talk with my doctors, like, there was a time where I was on 6 different supplements, and I was doing really well, and now I'm on nothing, and so I wanted to keep track of that, and keep track of the ones that were really nasty to my body, and because, you always think, oh, I'll remember that, and who's going to remember anything in these days? Even if you're healthy, I mean, seriously, our brain capacity these days seems like, for most people I talk to, is about 0. So, but I finally threw away what I call my pharmacy. My son was very kind to take every bottle and put it in an email for me, and just write down the name of the supplement, the milligrams, and who I bought it from, because you can get, say magnesium, you can get it from anybody, but he wrote down the company, he wrote down the type of magnesium and the milligrams. So that was kind of nice, and then he sent it to me in an email. So I threw all of that away today, and then I found like a CD inside the medicines, and so I had my husband pop that in the computer this afternoon and tell me what was on it, because I didn't even know what was on it, and it turned out it was ultrasounds of my stomach. I think back when I had, I think they did a CAT scan, and I had ovarian cysts, pretty nasty ovarian cysts. And so I think I remember that day quite well. I was in excruciating pain. We didn't know if it was appendicitis or what it was. And so didn't need that anymore. And so I was trying to figure out the best way to destroy it, because I didn't want to. My first thought was like, oh, I'll just snap it in half. And it's like, oh, that's dumb. That can snap and cut you, or, break into lots of pieces, poke you in the eye kind of thing. So the more I thought about it, I was like, no, I don't think so. So I took some scissors, and I scratched it up really good, and I took a permanent marker. I wrote all over it with a permanent marker, which, who knows, on a CD, it might just rinse right off for all I know. But I tried to scratch it up really, really good, and just bend it and damage it kind of thing. And so threw that away. What else did I do? Got a lot of stuff for the donations, which makes me feel good. Some of them are bigger items, so that's kind of nice. Gives you some space. Oh, I found some pillows downstairs that had been in garbage bags, and it's just not the best way to store pillows in the basement. It's dusty, and where we live, it's nothing but wind and dirt and dust, and it gets into the little crevices of your windows, and so everything just has this layer of, it's a sticky dust. It's not that kind of dust where you beat it with a, back in the day you would see ladies hang blankets and pillows out on the clothesline, and they would beat it with a duster. Well, this is real sticky, thick dust. And so I decided it's probably not a good idea. These are like decorative pillows for beds and couches and things. So I thought to myself, this is probably not a good idea just to store them in a garbage bag like this. So what I did is I ran them through the dryer individually for about like 5 minutes on hot, just to kind of beat the dirt off, and like if there were any like gnats, because where I live, the gnats get in through the screens, and I live in the desert, and we are known for gnats. Gnats are just, they're common here no matter what you do, but they get in through the screens and stuff like that because they're so tiny. They can just fit in any little crack or crevice, and so I thought just in case, the gnats had, gotten in or something like that, and sometimes a spider or two will get in your house. So I went ahead and I put them one by one through the dryer on hot for about 3-4 minutes. And then what I did, I put them in bags again, because pillows are hard to get unless you get a really giant Rubbermaid container, and I don't want storage for that. So what I did is I put them in a bag again, a clean bag this time. I switched out the bag, made it clean, and I used the large yard bags. And so I filled up the yard bags, and I put the pillows in the bag, and then I tied it shut, and then I slipped another bag the opposite direction so that the pillows are sealed up really good. So the pillows are in a bag, and I put another bag over top of that bag upside down, and then I tied that end so it's double tied on each end. And so I figure that'll keep the dust and dirt and any little critters out, and they're better protected, because when I had them stored downstairs the first time, I just threw them in a bag and I didn't even tie it shut. I pulled the string and tossed it to the side. So this time I tied it shut, and then I put another bag going the opposite direction, and then sealed the other end. So they're pretty sealed up. I don't think anything's going to get in them. We've never had a problem. We do have mice in the desert, but we've never had a problem at our house with mice, so that's good. But we do get snakes and lizards and creepy things. Sometimes scorpions can get in our house. So I think they're going to be safe and protected now, and it makes me feel good, just to kind of have them. And so then if our prayer is answered for a housing situation, we don't even necessarily need to box those. We can just grab them and throw them on the moving truck. And I tried to get as much stuff as I could in a Rubbermaid container, so that, things I'm not using right now, get it sealed up and in a Rubbermaid container. And, things that were just kind of loose and lying around in the basement. Like I had 2 mason jars that were just sitting in a old metal bucket. And I like those mason jars. They don't have a lid that goes on them anymore. But they're nice for just putting a tiny little dab of potpourri inside of them, and then I will actually stick it behind the toilet. So if I put it if I put it on top of the toilet tank, I'm afraid my kids will knock it off or it will break when they're going to the bathroom, especially in the middle of the night, because you can't see it, and it can be kind of too strong for the nose. So my husband will say, "Oh my goodness, it gives me a headache," kind of thing. Even though I try to pick lighter smells like apple or, things like that, cinnamon, that kind of stuff. So I'll just put just a little bit in them, and then I'll put them behind the toilet, and it makes your bathroom smell nice. So I was going to put them to donation because I don't have a lid and I didn't have potpourri in them. So I was like, okay, if you're not using them, out they go. But the more I thought about it, I was like, no, I really want to use them again, and I like doing that. Right now I'm doing this. Here's a tip and trick for you. So I keep a bottle of peppermint extract, or peppermint essential oil, I would say. Peppermint extract is for cooking with, but I get a good sized bottle of peppermint oil from my natural store. We use it for when my kids have fevers. We'll rub it on the back of their neck as long as they're old enough that they know better not to touch. We also rub it on the bottom of their feet when they're sick. We rub it, if they have a stomach ache, we'll put just one drop on their belly, rub it in really good. If they have a cough, we'll rub it on their belly, not up here where they can touch it, but down on their belly. so they can breathe in the vapors and stuff. But here's a tip for you. If your children or you or anybody else stinks up your bathroom, I put 1 drop of peppermint oil in the toilet tank, or in the actual toilet bowl itself. So like after I go to the bathroom, I'll put 1 drop of peppermint extract in the bowl, and it instantly just gets rid of that odor, that smell. All you smell is peppermint, and it's just a really great trick for making it so your bathroom isn't stinky, especially like if somebody's on their way over or, something like that. And peppermint is just a really great smell. It's just one of those smells that, it doesn't seem to bother a whole lot of people. Some people are bothered by fragrances and things like that, and peppermint tends to be one of those scents that people can tolerate, and it actually smells nice to go in the bathroom. It kind of opens up your sinuses, things like that. So that was kind of nice. So I'm doing that trick right now, but I think I will go back to using my jars eventually, maybe when we move or something like that. So I decided to keep those, but got rid of some baby toys that I've been trying to sell for months on my local area websites, and nobody wants them. So I put them to the really nice toys, but nobody's even commenting or asking about them. And I'm not trying to get brand new prices. I'm just selling them. So I went ahead and put those out to my van. And once my van gets full, my husband will go and take the load for me. And so it's been nice, actually. It's felt nice. It's not a lot. It's in small, tiny bits and stages with lots of rests and breaks in between, but it still makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. It makes me feel like if we are blessed to be able to fix our housing situation, there'll be less for the movers to have to pack up, and hopefully less money for us. And so like my son, he had one of my sons had a birthday this weekend, and I got down the cupcake tray. I have a glass cupcake tray, and I got that down and I arranged some cupcakes on it and stuck some little, they're like little toothpick decorations where you slide them down into the cupcake, and they had little tools and things on them because he wanted a tool birthday party with tools and work and construction type stuff, I guess you would call it. And so I got those little, toothpicks with decorations on it, and I stuck them in the cupcakes. Nothing fancy. And we just sat around as a family and ate cupcakes. And when I pulled that down, I saw some trays, some very beautiful crystal type trays that I have. One is like a deviled egg holder. Like, I can't have people over. I can't do gatherings. There's things I can't do right now. One day I am going to. I promise myself that I will not give up hope, and one day I will have company again, but it's not right now. So those had that really sticky, thick dust. So I washed them, dried them, bubble wrapped them, had my mom get me some bubble wrapped them, and I'm going to box them up. And I'm just going to start doing that with the things in the kitchen that I'm not using. Like I have a teapot, a really pretty decorative teapot, but I can't use it right now. And so I'm going to bubble wrap that up. I think I'm going to also we have coffee mugs, and I got all my Christmas coffee mugs are packed up and boxed away, but my husband is the only one that's drinking coffee right now. I love coffee, but it's just, my body is just not very happy with coffee right now. And so my husband's the only one drinking coffee in the morning, and so we're not really using the coffee cups. So I'm thinking about getting it down to like 5. Because we have maybe 8 coffee mugs. I think it comes in sets of 4 or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get them down to like, I don't know, maybe even just 4. And then my husband has this really big coffee mug that he likes to keep cold water in on his desk while he works all day. And so I think I'm just really going to get us down to bare minimum because, one, having movers is very expensive. I think it's by the hour and by the size of the job. And so the more I can do now, the better. And these are things I can do in my bed. My mom can bring me stuff and I can bubble wrap it and I can get it packaged up and boxed up and get it, put away. So I think I'm going to just slowly start doing that. And then, if things change, I can always unpack it. But we really don't have the space in this house for it anyway. So if I can pack it up and label it and then say we break a cup, I know what box to get into to replace it. So that's kind of what I've been doing. It feels nice. It's not a lot, and I used to really beat myself up about it. Like, man, this is all I'm doing. And it took me all day just to go through the gift bags and tissue paper and, birthday decorations. And it's only 3 drawers. Christmas is in there too. We got Christmas bags in there, Christmas tags, for tagging presents and stuff. I used to really beat myself up. Like, that's all I did all day. But I can't do that. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't make, me feel any better. It actually makes me feel really bad about myself. And so I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell myself, you did what you could with the hand you've been dealt. And, that's as good as it gets. And, do you wish it was more? Absolutely. But right now, that's all you can do, and something is better than nothing. So, I'm hoping this weekend I want to actually get into my garage. But that will take help from my husband. So, hoping this weekend it'll be a little bit cooler. We've been in the hundreds. It's been really hot. So, I'm going to check the weather this weekend and see if I can't get into my garage. Because we have a lot of packed boxes in there. And so what I want to do is check them for spiders because we have black widows out here. We have black widows and we have scorpions and we have, like I said, rattlesnakes. And so we have to be really careful. I didn't realize, but out where I live, I brought in a caterpillar the other day. Most beautiful caterpillar. And I just found him in the driveway and I was like, oh, I'm going to show my kids. It's a caterpillar. I'm going to save him from the driveway. And I'm going to bring him in and show my kids. And I touched him and showed my kids and had him in a little, plastic container or whatever. And then I put him out on one of my flowers. And I took the most beautiful photo of him. He was like a yellowish green. And I put him on a red flower that I had on my porch. And I took the most beautiful photo. And wouldn't you know it, everyone was commenting to me on my Facebook page, "That's poisonous." I was like, are you kidding me? They're like, no, I'm not joking you. And I looked it up and it's poisonous. Luckily, he didn't feel, I guess if they feel danger or threat. So I guess I was nice to Mr. Caterpillar and he was nice to me. Because I grew up handling caterpillars all the time. Roly-polies, caterpillars, ladybugs. I didn't know there was such a thing. I didn't know there was such a thing as a poisonous caterpillar. That was kind of scary. But, so I have to be careful. I'm not bringing any more caterpillars in my house. And so, but I want to get in the garage and I want to try to get it really empty in the garage and then bring the boxes that are still packed from our last house. Get them in, like, kind of, take like a dry towel and dust them off the best I can. Make sure there's no cobwebs, make sure there's no spider eggs or anything like that. And bring them in and put them in the basement and just start stacking every box that's packed and ready. And then the movers can then haul them up and put them in the U-Haul if we get to move. And put them up into the U-Haul. I want to do that so that we can go through the garage, see everything that we have, and then when it is time to move, we can just pull the vehicles out and over to the side of our house, and then we can use that garage space as like the landing zone, where they bring up boxes and they put them into the moving truck, bring up boxes, put them into the moving truck kind of thing. And then also, like maybe, okay, we're going to haul the couch out, set it in the garage, and then that'll be next on the truck kind of thing. So I want to really get in there. And there's stuff we just honestly don't need. So I'm hoping with my husband's help in a chair, I can do it for little bits at a time, maybe just 10-15 minutes, then come in for a couple of hours and then go and do some more. So that's what I've been up to. Probably a little long rant, but I hope it makes you feel encouraged that we can be so hard on ourselves, like, man, I did nothing, absolutely did nothing. But if we really take the time and look back, it might have just been 1 load of laundry today. It might have been 3 loads of laundry today. It might have been bagging up pillows today and going through your gift bags. And like, I don't go to baby showers anymore. Well, because I don't really know anybody that's pregnant, and I'm stuck in a bed, so I don't go to parties or baby showers or things like that. So if I'm gonna send something, I'm gonna send it, from the internet and say, here you go, enjoy this from our family, and so I got rid of some wedding bags, especially, and then I think I kept maybe 2 baby bags just in case, but I got rid of all the rest of the baby bags and wedding bags because we don't go to weddings. And if I'm going to send something, like I said, I'm just going to order it through the mail. And so, yeah, just don't be hard on yourself. That's my message for today, I guess. It's so easy for me to say, but it's very hard for me to follow through on. And I'm practicing what I preach today, and I'm trying really, really hard to do it more and more and more, and just say, you know what? Today I did 0, and 0 is 0. It's flat out 0, and that's okay, because today was just one of those days where I absolutely could not do anything. And then today I was only able to do 2 loads of laundry, and then the next day I was able to do 4 loads, and I cooked dinner. I actually cooked dinner. Okay, I didn't pull a packaged meal out of the freezer. I actually opened up the can of green beans, warmed it up, put the meatloaf in the oven. I mashed up the meat with my hands with some seasonings and stuck it in the oven. Okay. Some days are 1% and some days are like 20%. I miss my 100% all, giving it my 100% all days. But I just have to learn to just be gentle with myself. Be gentle with myself and just say, you know what, today's rest day. You had a couple of good days, and today's a rest day. Or, I've been in rest mode for 2 weeks, but I don't get a vote. I don't get a say when my body does that. So, I have to go with the flow, and I can be mean to myself, but what's that going to do? Really, what is that going to do, being mean to myself? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's just going to make me feel worse about myself. I'm just going to cry. I'm going to feel like a failure. I'm going to feel like a nothing and a nobody. And like I shouldn't be here because I don't contribute. And it's not healthy up here. So I'm trying to change up here. And my thinking and my logic and my rest is okay. And only 2 loads of laundry today is okay. And, and then be excited on the days when it's a little bit more, like today. I fluffed some pillows and put them in a bag, and I went through all my party stuff, I guess you would call it, gifting stuff. And then I took some stuff from the basement with help, Stairs are hard for me. And I was able to put it in the trunk of my car so that we can start a let's get rid of and get it out of our house. So, just be gentle with yourself. Be gentle. Some days there's nothing we can do but sit in this bed and encourage someone else. Do it. Then be proud of yourself for doing it. Say, you know what? Maybe God had me in this bed today because that person really, really needed me. And if I wasn't in this bed, I wouldn't have noticed they needed me, and I wouldn't have been there for them in the way that they needed. And today was the day that they really, really needed me. So be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. It's not always easy. I have my days when I cry. I have my days when I feel like a failure, but I'm working on it. Keep working on it. And I will see you guys back here next time. Like and follow in the bottom if you so choose. If you are new, again, welcome. Share this with anybody that you think might need this message of encouragement that even just a little bit is something. And on the days when you can't even do anything, you're still doing something because you are giving your body rest. And that is something. That is allowing your body to rest, recharge, and heal. And that is very, very vital to us who are chronically ill and just to anybody in general. Everybody needs rest. You just can't go and go and go or you'll crash. So rest is vital for everybody. So just be gentle with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Even if you're resting, it still counts as something. It is, my hand fell asleep. It is still something. Rest is allowing your body to recover and recuperate and use that time to pray for others and to just kind of look around and see who's struggling and who might need you that day. Or you can just rest in your bed and let them know that they're important and they matter. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you next time.